awful accents, bad wardrobe, and the most unsuitable actors. Here are 10 of the biggest movie casting mistakes of all time. Scarlett Johansson as Major in Ghost in the Shell. There's no denying ScarJo's star power, but it wasn't enough to overshadow the controversy that came with her casting in this Hollywood adaptation of the classic Japanese manga. When the American actress was announced to star in the film as the lead character, backlash from fans and fellow celebrities quickly followed, along with accusations of racism and whitewashing. Ghost in the Shell ended up getting panned by critics, though Johansson quickly bounced back with an Oscar win 2 years later. Gary Oldman as a little person in Tiptoes. This 2002 drama starring Matthew McConaughey is by no means a good movie, but it is an unforgettable one, for all the wrong reasons. Instead of hiring a person with dwarfism to play the character of Rolf, the studio decided that a better option was to go with Gary Oldman walking on his knees. Keanu Reeves as Jonathan Harker in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Is there anything that the John Wick star can't do? The answer is sadly a resounding yes. A convincing English accent.
I've seen many strange things already. Bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
Reeves' unintentionally hilarious utterings in Francis Ford Coppola's 1992 movie are the stuff of legend today. Keanu gets a 10 for effort though, especially considering Reeves was working with some of the United Kingdom's all-time great actors, Anthony Hopkins and Gary Oldman, long before the latter took to performing on his knees, of course. Kevin Costner as Robin Hood in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Did somebody say terribly convincing British accent? For perhaps the worst offender in Hollywood history, look no further than Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This Robin Hood stole an accent and gifted it to the poor souls sitting in the theater watching the film. Halle Berry as Catwoman. All you need to know about this cat is that it clawed a Razzie win for Worst Actress. Halle Berry does earn some points for accepting the award in person though. Topher Grace as Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3. This casting was another comic book catastrophe. In 2007, Topher Grace was best known as the lovable, dorky protagonist of that 70s show. A suitable actor for the fierce, ferocious, and iconic Spider-Man villain Venom. Fans didn't think so. Director Sam Raimi was reportedly forced to include the character, and while Topher Grace was a fan of Venom, even he couldn't believe he got the part. Sofia Coppola as Mary Corleone in The Godfather Part 3. When Winona Ryder dropped out of filming for the epic conclusion to perhaps the most significant crime saga in cinema history, director Francis Ford Coppola opted to replace the actress with his own daughter. Critics and fans reacted as though they'd been served up week-old pasta, calling Sofia's performance wooden, awkward, and unemotional. As a result, Sofia Coppola sadly became the poster child for everything wrong with nepotism in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino as Frankie in Django Unchained. We know QT loves to give himself a cameo in his own movies, and he has every right to. Yet in 2012, Tarantino decided that his character should have an Australian accent. What moviegoers got though was something akin to a drunken impression of Crocodile Dundee. Still, it wasn't enough to stop Django Unchained from being one of the most successful movies of Tarantino's career. Ed Furlong as the Crow in The Crow Wicked Prayer. After Brandon Lee's tragic death while filming the 1994 cult classic The Crow, filmmakers unsuccessfully attempted to reimagine and reboot the character. For sequel number 4, producers went with Edward Furlong of Terminator 2 and American History X fame. By this point in Furlong's life, though, his career was in a steep decline due to drug use and personal issues. The Crow Wicked Prayer ended up with the dreaded 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. John Wayne as Genghis Khan in The Conqueror. Well, pilgrims, it's time for Hollywood's most infamous example of downright ridiculous casting. Back in 1956, somebody decided that all-American, Wild West legend John Wayne was the perfect choice to play the Mongol conqueror. The only thing this movie conquered, though, was plenty of worst movies of all time lists. Thanks for watching. Can you think of any other terrible casting choices in movie history?